Okay then, hello everybody, welcome back to Team Prawn Racing. So, 7 weeks until this is going racing. You know the drill now from last week. I'm not as far ahead as I wanted to be. I have not achieved as much this week as I thought I might. So I'm going to cast back to yesterday very quickly, show you where I was at with this pedal box, which I thought would be in by now, but it's not. And then I'll come back and I'll show you why. Right, yeah, so it's not Thursday, but I'm going to film this little bit now before I actually go on and throw this into the car. This pedal box, what a joke. I don't go out of my way to slate anybody, but this is dangerous. This, as sold from Comp Break, yep, I'll say it, this is dangerous. So, I think I might have alluded last week, these stanchions that hold the two plates together, these are Ali. It's not enough, is it? Ali threads, 4M8, holding your brakes together, all your force on your foot, all on 4 Ali M8s. These are the bolts. There is 10mm of thread there. By the time that pokes through the countersink in the plate, there is barely 10mm of thread into an Ali thread, 10mm, 4 of them, holding all the force of your foot on the brakes. It's just not enough. It's just not safe. I do not know how these are allowed to be sold. And then to make it worse, when I actually stripped this down and looked at reinforcing it, I thought, I'll get some steel angles. I'll throw some pictures up here now, which kind of show before I painted it. It's a bit more obvious what I've done. Reinforce it with a few steel angles. That's going to make it solid. And you know what, while I'm at it, why don't I just tack them to the main plates? Stripped it all down, went to clean up the main plates and thought, hang on a minute, these are a bit on the light side. Now because they're powder coated I couldn't tell, and because it's so bloody cold in here I couldn't feel my fingers. But I stripped them down and you'd never believe it, the end plates were Ali. Look at this picture. Yeah, that was fitted by Alex at DTA, tested in his unit, never even driven on a track, a circuit, a hill climb, anything, and it's bent. Seriously unsafe. Ali faceplates front and rear. What on earth? So I've reinforced that, as you can see. That's now got steel angles top and bottom. They normally have 4 stanchions. I now have 5. Big thanks to Alex at Badger 5. He has turned up these stanchions. Now you'll notice these don't have the wasted section in the middle. These are stainless. They're stainless. There are 5 of them spaced equally across there to spread the load from the 2 masters. There's a load of angle section in there, making this massively stiffer. And you know what? It's probably double the weight. But it's going to be safe and it's not going to kill me. I really can see why everyone thinks these are crap now. They are. Every single part has been re-engineered, apart from the swing arm, which doesn't do anything, doesn't take any load. It just has to locate it. Oh, there's a thing, actually. With the pedal ratio modified, I can't remember if I filmed this previously or not. Let me try and show you. With the ratio modified, as the swing arm moves that way, that hole actually moves from rest, which is back here, that actually moves downwards slightly. However, on the pedal box, with it modified, it swings and it moves upwards, so the arc of the push rod goes really bad. So we're actually going to flip this and run it that way up. Tell you what, I'll try and pop some pictures up here in the corner now. So this one, try and indicate where the rod is. That is right way up with it compressed. See how the rod goes to a really bad angle. And then this one is with the pedal box flipped, pedal ratio changed. You'll notice even fully compressed, the rod moves in a flat arc. So yeah, yet again, something else we've had to re-engineer. Anyway, that's enough for Wednesday night. I'll crack on again tomorrow, by which time, hopefully this will be in.
The very next evening.
Yeah, so there we go. I thought that would be in by now, but it isn't. A couple of little setbacks last night, did a couple of other little bits. I'm just going to flip the camera around and show you what I found when I offered it up, when I started to put it in. So, I got the pedal box up, I offered it in, connected it to the pedal, and when I went to operate it, yeah, you can see from what I've had to do, it touched top and bottom as it moved through its movement. So whilst the rod is still nice and straight through its movement, it does move from low down to high up. So yeah, I've had to grind that out. That has that's been primed now. You can still see the Sharpie. Never use red Sharpie if you're going to paint over it. You couldn't see it until I put the lacquer on, and then boom, pops through. So that's been done. The reason that hole was smaller than what's on the comp brake, let me spin the camera back. So the reason that hole was smaller than what's on the actual comp brake thing, I didn't want a massive great hole into the firewall. It's just a bad idea, isn't it? It's also banned in the blue book. So I didn't want a big hole through into the firewall, so I tried to close it down. Obviously slightly too much. It was only like a fraction, a mil or so, but it fouled, so I've had to open that back up. Now that does leave me with a bit of a hole into the bulkhead. So hopefully I've found another way around that. So what I've come up with is a cover. So this cover, it's like a rubbery material. It's called an EPDM. It's actually a roofing product. Wonder where I got that from. No idea. Anyway, so that is actually a bit of EPDM. Now EPDM, in theory, should be a non-combustible material. It should be fire resistant, not completely fireproof, but it should be fire resistant. It shouldn't ignite and disappear in clouds of smoke. So that, with a crosshair cut in it, will allow the push rod to move through it whilst not really having a huge air gap through into the bulkhead, certainly no more than needs be. So I'm going to get something and I'm going to test and see just how non-combustible EPDM is. Now, I promise you, I have not done a trial run, so you're going to find out what happens to this at the same time I do. Is it combustible? Not that it should ever be submitted to proper fire, but let's find out. Ain't bad, you know. So it does burn, but for a sheet of rubber, that is it's taking longer than I thought. So that's burning now. If I blow it out, it's actually gone through. It hasn't. Look at that. So there you go. Heat of a full blowtorch, maybe not completely fireproof, but as a short term, it's not a hole in the bulkhead. It's not immediately going to go up with a bit of heat, as you can see. It lasted a few seconds before it even kind of ignited there. If that was a sheet of rubber, I would have expected it to just frazzle up immediately. That'll do. Right, so what else has been done this week? I'm afraid it's all really boring stuff. I spent a small fortune on AN fittings. I pull these off because they do not help you see what's going on. So we've got a blank there. Now it looks a bit ugly because you've got riv nuts exposed here. However, that's because that's really easily accessed from the inside, and when everything is in here, it is not easily accessed from the engine bay side. So we've got a blank in there, bulkhead fitting, AN line, down to the power steering, which is on an adapter. We've got the same for the heater connection. Now that again, they're both siliconed in. You've got a bulkhead fitting there, that's actually from T7 Designs, and it's a nice 19 down to 16 to suit the heater. So that's blanked off there now. Another couple of holes here, but there's some stuff going through some of them. And then under here, we've also blanked off where the pollen filter used to go. Moving inside, we have got the power steering pump in. So I've welded in the standard bracket, had to extend it down here a little bit, welded it in, painted it all body colour. That's in there, on its rubber mounts. Very happy with that. All ready to run an AN fitting from the adapter that's in there now. Can you see that? Yeah, up to the bulkhead plate here. So we've got that, and then the return is going up across the top, and I've got a bulkhead fitting just in there, which is going to pop out on the other side down to the return point on the rack, which is somewhere there-ish. So as well as that, I've also finished the heater hoses for this. Not sure I can get you in to really show you. So the heater hoses are done there, can you see them? So they go off the heater matrix, 180, back onto that bulkhead fitting. Just going to put the clips on them, which will be tonight's task. So there you go. Not tons of exciting progress, but little by little, it's coming together. We're plodding on. we're getting stuff done, and it's not going to be too long until we're ready to get the engine back in here. On the subject of engines, I did actually have a very interesting day on Monday. Monday afternoon, I nipped up to Badger 5, where Nige Pinder was testing the new Litco hybrid, the same one we're running. Don't know if Nige has shared the results yet. It went quite well. It was an extremely interesting day and some very, very interesting results. If you haven't already followed him, I suggest you go and check out Pinderwagon to find out a little bit more about that one. Anyway, that's enough from me for this week. I'm going to crack on with some work. 7 weeks to go. Get the engine in, run it in, road test it, dyno it, test it on track, iron out any bugs. Still confident. We're going to make it. Hope you guys will like this one. Have fun. Like, share, subscribe. Tune in next week when we have another exciting sponsor announcement, and I'll have something pretty cool to show you. Until then, take care. See you guys.